Hi, it's me, Kat, and I'm back, and I just got home. I'm still in the car with Amor. He loves to go for car rides, and sometimes he doesn't want to get out right away, so we're going to sit in there for just a little bit. Um, so I get asked every once in a while by my friends who know that I've really been through it, what I do to try and keep myself so optimistic, because it is very easy to kind of get in that downward spiral and feel really crappy about myself. Um, and some days are a challenge more than others. Today, it's a beautiful sunny day out, and I'm grateful for that. Um, but I think the funny thing is when I start the day off being grateful for things, my day is different. I feel better. I feel more optimistic. So I think really the big difference is the amount of gratitude of what you have in your life. And I know it's easy to live feeling like the world is against you, because I've been there. I get it. And it's hard to find something to be grateful for when you're deep down in it and you're feeling crappy about everything and anything. And I totally get it. But if you can find one smidgen of something that you're grateful for, then that will help propel you forward and can ultimately change your life in some very beautiful ways. And it's funny because here I am embracing my ginger, even though you can see that my hair is growing in, right? And I'm like, well, why is it with like reddish hair that we get like this? Right? Why? I hate it. But then I'm grateful for the rest of my hair like this, and just being, be grateful for things, right? So I started my day off looking in the mirror, and I'm like, oh, my hair, right? Freaking A. And then I'm looking outside, and I'm like, oh, what a beautiful day. What a blessed, beautiful day this is. This is gorgeous outside. The weather's, it's not too cold. It's not too hot. It's like, 50 some odd degrees out. It's perfect. It's beautiful. It's wonderful. And being grateful for that, it started to really switch things around for me. And, then I go out to the mailbox and there's a check, and I'm like, money, hey, awesome. And I'm like, I feel so blessed right now, right? Money in the bank. I can put some money in the bank. I go to the bank. People at the bank love my dog, right? So we're chatting about that. And you know how when you see like one thing, you start seeing that same thing over and over again, sort of like this dude. I've been finding more people that have them. And this dude, the teller's daughter has a husky. And I'm meeting more and more people with huskies because that's what I'm concentrated on. This is my husky, right? So just one of those funny phenomenons. And so what I like to do is kind of build off of, funny phenomenon. Say that 5 times fast. Right. So money going into the bank. So we've got that. And then, new clients are coming in and old clients are coming back. People are traveling again. It's like, hey, focus. When you start to change your focus, you can totally start to change your life. And as someone that's a photographer, I should talk about this more, because it is a lot about focus. And I do want to talk about some other things that I do to bring this about in my life, but I'm in the car, so I'm not going to do all that right now. But I do want to talk about how when you change your focus to being grateful for things, it can change so much in your life for the better. So if you're really focused on some of the crappy things going on in your life, it's easy to fall into that. Very, very easy. I was about to fall into a major, meltdown over my hair this morning. But once I started focusing on what a beautiful day it is, and then I started to do a video, and I'm looking at myself, I'm like, ew, and gross, gross, gross. And going down a very different road. And then I'm like, what does that smell? Ew, gross, gross, gross. And I'm realizing the garbage really needs to go out. So I take the garbage out, and I'm like enjoying, oh, what a beautiful day. And then I'm thinking, wouldn't it be even more of a beautiful day if I could get my finances in order? So I'm like grumbling to myself, how am I going to get my finances in order? Go out to the mailbox, there's a check. I'm like, yes. Right? And then I'm looking at my calendar for my clients coming, bringing dogs in to stay in the house and stuff. And I'm like, hey, I didn't realize that was next week. That's next week. And that's next week. And that's next week. And that's the week after. And that's the week after. And it's like, hey, so I will have some money coming in. So things are really going to turn around a little bit. Right? So it's about where you're focusing your energy. And I know a lot of people like to talk about manifesting techniques, and I've talked about that before. And there's so many, what method actually works. I don't know. Dude, I've tried a lot of different things when it comes to manifesting. And I think sometimes it just comes down to the actions that you take. I think a lot of it has to do with being in the right place at the right time. I think some of it has to do with where you're focusing on things, because that does tend to draw more of what you're focusing on in to your life. So, I mean, try to change your focus. Change what you're focusing on. So for my fellow photographers out there, what are you focusing on in your daily life? How when you change your focus of your camera so you can change your point of focus, right? Are you focusing on what's right in front of you? Or are you focusing in the background? Are you, where is your light? What are you illuminating? What are you hiding? Right? Sometimes those things, those shadows, there could be something in there that needs to be lit up a little bit, right? So it's about changing around how you're looking at things, changing around how you're illuminating some things in your life and what you're focusing on, because it can really change so much in your life. And if you're so focused on negative things, then more negative things will happen in your life. And I know, it's really, really easy to dwell on all the negative things. It's almost harder to try and change your focus onto good things. And I know that's been very true for myself. So I think it's important to be able to recognize when you're doing that to yourself and stop yourself from going down a downward spiral, and start getting yourself into some healthier mindsets, because it's so easy to stay stuck. It's really easy to sit back and say, no, I don't want to deal with this. Right. But when you start taking action towards some of those things that you love doing in your life, whether it's taking your dog for a walk, singing, dancing, acting, writing, just going for a car ride. I mean, the way this dude is such a couch potato now. Excuse all the fuzz in my car. But seriously, when if I don't do the crinkle with his treats to get him to come to me, I have to say, you want to go for a ride? You want to go for a car ride? And he perks right up. See, look, he's perked up. He's like, we're in the car, Mom. Are we going in? What's going on? He's the best dog. Seriously. So grateful that he is my dog. And to think that people said in the past, I think it would be a really bad thing for you to get this dog. What? Why? He's wonderful. I love my dog. I always will. Peace.